It actually upsets me a lot, and I might consider quitting the podcast if he does it.
Good. This is a Retro Smash Video Game Podcast.
Damn it! Why did I start laughing? That was so funny. Fuck.
I'll keep that in.
This is the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast, coming to you wherever you are, wherever you may be, live from the Jean Parmesan Memorial Studios. I am Ricky. I am your host this evening. To my left, we have Weldy.
Ew.
And then to my right, we have Andy.
Just like in the movies. I don't know the rest of the brothers.
He ruined that.
Alien Ant Farm song.
Alien Ant Farm right there. All right, there we go, guys.
In the year of our Lord 2025.
In the year of our Lord 2025, we're still referencing Alien Ant Farm. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
I feel all right.
Andy, are you okay?
Well, I guess since I don't get to do this very often, Weldy, how are you? What's up, bud?
I'm doing okay. Yes, this is great to be on the other side of the hosting duties. This is awesome. I am hopped into 3 or 4 different new games at this time, ripping through Pizza Tower. Yosh, shout out Yosh, finally convinced me to play Freedom Planet 2.
Okay.
Actually, Armor gifted me Wings of V, so I'm going to start playing that. Somebody said it's like a 2D platformer, but it's like Dark Souls.
Oh.
Like a Dark Souls 2D type game. So I'm like, okay, can't wait to be pissed off at that. That's about it. Just work and just being home, I suppose.
Yay.
Yay.
Hooray for being homebodies.
Adults.
Well, Andy, what's going on with you, bud?
I'm also a homebody, and home ownership sucks balls.
Oh,
I hate mowing yards, apparently.
Dude, that's like one of the best parts of
Not when you're
homeownership.
allergic to mowed grass.
You should wear a mask.
I probably should.
Find a kid in the neighborhood to do it for you.
No, they're going to do a half-assed job.
don't do
and I'm
that.
gonna
They
give
will
Well, then you
butcher
can
your-
fuck. Well, then
they're
you
gonna
fucking do
butcher
it
your
yourself.
shit.
Then, like, there's a kid that's across the street. Him and his dad were out there working on the mower. I thought about going up and be like, "Hey, you want $10 a week to mow my yard?"
Will they do it for $10?
I feel like with
Tax
inflation,
hikes
you
is-
should be. They should be charging at least 15.
Yeah.
It takes like 10 minutes to mow my yard. If it's $15, it takes them 15 minutes. That's $60 an hour.
They're getting $10 an hour.
And I'm not even making them trim.
I was just at my parents' house. Me and my older sister just bought our parents a lawnmower for a gift. It's supposed to be our big gift for the year, so we don't have to buy them any more gifts for the rest of the year. We figured it out. We got a pretty good idea and a pretty good plan on how this works now. So we buy one big gift. One year we bought them tickets to Janet Jackson. One year we bought their plane tickets because they had a trip planned to the Bahamas, so we bought tickets for that. So we do big gifts now, and then we're like, haha, we don't owe you motherfuckers anything else for the rest of the year.
That's smart.
So just bought them that electric lawnmower, and then I go over there because they hadn't pulled it out of the box yet. I get there and they paid some kid down the block to butcher the yard with a gas mower, and I ended up having to go back over everything anyways. Then last week I was there and I ended up spending 3 hours in their yard cutting the front and the back.
Jesus.
Andy, you've seen how big
Oh,
their
yeah, it's a big
backyard.
yard.
Yeah, it's a big yard. You could literally build a second house in their backyard. That's how big it is.
Damn.
I love yard work,
Really?
but I do. Dude, I did it when I lived
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Like, I cut the grass all the time, and then your dad was like, this doesn't look good. And I was like, you're a piece of shit, bro. How dare you? This looks great.
Shout out my dad.
Shout
Or
out.
unshout out my dad, maybe.
Yeah. God, whatever. I saved his life once, so it's fine.
Literally.
Literally saved his
You
life.
didn't know
from a
that?
heart-
What?
Yeah, my dad had...
Wait, do I remember this?
I don't know. My dad was working on the neighbor's house because he owns my house and the neighbor's house.
Okay.
He's pulling the carpet up to put hardwood down. And he fucking had a heart attack, and Ricky just happened to be home. And
Yeah, I happened to be home, and this is back in the days of landline, so thank God we still had a landline.
Yeah.
And Andy's mom was calling. Was like, hey, Andy's dad isn't answering the phone. Can you go next door and check on him? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I put her on hold, and I'm like, you? I look around, and I see him. He's like on the floor, like clutching his chest. He's like no response or anything.
Oh my
like
God.
that. And I'm like, oh shit. And I run back in the house, and I'm like, I gotta call an ambulance. He's not responding. I think he's dying. She comes flying up to the house, man. Ambulance comes and grabs him. So if it wasn't for me being home that day,
Yeah.
Damn.
then his dad would have probably passed away. So yeah, I saved his dad's life, and then he gave us rent for free the following month.
And then proceeded to tell you that you were a shitty
And then proceeded to tell me that I
lawn
was
keeper.
pretty shit at keeping the lawn. So I mean, it all balanced out, I guess.
I got a small memory on that only because when he was in the hospital, Gotham style was huge. So we watched New Year's Rockin' Eve Gotham style in the hospital.
Yeah,
That's just a weird memory I got.
that's so weird. That's so weird. If you guys are wondering, I don't have anything going on in my life right now. I am not playing any games at this time. I haven't picked up a controller in probably about 2 weeks. I've just been watching shows. I watched the series finale for Righteous Gemstones. Currently catching up on the last couple episodes of Crapopolis. And then just started, there's this show on HBO called White Lotus, which
I
is...
need to see that.
It's pretty good. We just finished the first season. That was honestly really good. It's supposed to take place in a resort, bunch of crazy guests and crazy stuff, and it kind of resonates because I work in a hotel. I enjoy it. Wody, do we have a game today, or are we skipping game because of how we usually start with game and then we go into drinking? But
you're the host this week.
Oh,
so
well, okay, whatever. Wody, what are you
get a handle?
Wody, what are you drinking, bud?
I have over in Andy's hand. I have Urban Vines PB&J. It's the one that he got a bottle. It was last week or a couple weeks ago.
I think it was last week I was drinking.
Yeah, and we were in Fort Wayne on Saturday. We went to get some stuff from Hobby Lobby or something for Megan's classroom. I was like, wait a minute. I remember he said that, but I looked here in town. I looked at both places here in town and couldn't find it. So I Googled it at work, and I'm like, oh, it's at Cap and Cork, right?
Yeah, those jerks.
Yeah, those
They're
jerks.
not my company.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
you should have went to Belmont Beverage where you can get off your
Sorry, but
liquor for wine for cheaper.
Sorry, guys. I shop at Cap and Cork like all the time.
Well, I almost
Traitor.
I boycotted Cap and Cork because they quit carrying my persimmon whiskey.
Oh, well, that's hard to find any which way.
Well, still, that shit was delicious. They quit carrying my persimmon whiskey, so this is like my second in command now. You have the bottle over there, and Moby pass it over here.
Yep, we're kind of sharing it for the hot second. I'm also drinking some Fireball shooters on the side, and that is only because I brought a wine I will drink next week. It was super hot, and I didn't want to drink it because it's hot and gross. So it's in the fridge for next week. Sorry if my voice was loud and quiet there because I was passing the bottle back and forth. Jakey, what are you on?
I am drinking Natter Days right now. If you guys don't know what a Natter Days is, that is Natural Light Strawberry Lemonade beer. It is delicious.
It is.
And it is like the best summertime beer outside of Summer Shandy.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Delish. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Scissor. And yes, I
Scissor.
do have a game for you kids this week because we're doing movies. Why don't we do a game of Or Steven Seagal?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's Or Steven Seagal. So I have a list here. I'm going to give you a list of 10 titles. You have to tell me if it's a Steven Seagal movie or a game made for the original Xbox.
Oh, interesting.
One of these is a neither.
Crap.
If you can tell me what the neither is, you'll get an additional point. Number 1, Urban Justice.
Boy, that sounds like a Steven Seagal movie so bad. And I
Same.
feel like, you know what? I'm going to just call it, I'm going to say that's the neither.
I'll say the movie.
It's a Steven Seagal movie.
Oh.
It is a 5.1 out of 10 on IMDb,
Oh, boy.
which is where all these rankings came from. And that is the highest one on here.
Oh, my.
Number 2, Shadow Man.
Game.
I'm going to go with game.
It's a movie.
Damn it.
Steven Seagal. 4.0 out of 10. Perfect for school, but not for IMDb.
Why do I have a feeling that what if it turns out that all of these are actually just Steven Seagal movies and there was like no Xbox game at all?
I thought about it.
That'd be evil, but
I
hilarious.
thought about it, but some of them were like way too obvious, like The Messenger something or something Sniper Ops or something crazy like that. I'm
No,
like,
that sounds like an Xbox game, honestly.
Yeah.
it does.
Like a really
Those that-
shitty third party
Yeah.
Xbox game.
All those shellware, what's that word? Shovelware games.
There you
Yeah.
go. Number 3, Blood Brothers.
I'm going to go with game.
I'm going to go a movie again.
There was your neither.
Farts.
Mother.
Yeah.
Is that a
Blood
TV
Brothers?
show?
It is a TV
What?
show.
Damn, baby, give me a second to think.
Yes. It is actually back in the news. It's the TV documentary they had on Lifetime back in 2017 about the Menendez brothers.
You know what? That's so funny. I was like, they just got resentenced, so they'll be eligible for parole here
Mhm.
soon.
Oh.
Yep. So they went from life without parole to 50 years eligible
Oh,
for
cool.
parole.
So I get my 1 point off of that, right?
Yes, you do.
Hooray!
Yes. Shout out to anybody who also owns the 1990-1991 Topps basketball Mark Jackson card.
What?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. 1990-1991 Topps basketball when Mark Jackson played for the New York Knicks. He had a basketball card where he's up by the baseline and he's passing. The
Are they
Menendez.
visible in that card?
They are.
That's fucked up.
Oh,
They are-
that's
they're-
amazing. That card has to be worth like a fucking bajillion dollars.
It is because that game took place between when they killed their parents and when they were arrested.
Holy shit. Fucking hell.
Man, so do you
What?
have like...
I killed my parents, whatever. Let's go to a baseball game.
Well, I'm not sticking. I mean, personally, I'm not sticking around. Go to a basket. I'm not sticking around afterwards. I'm leaving.
It was so controversial, eBay actually pulled the sales for the card back
Wow.
in 2016, 2017, and Topps reissued the card
Ooh,
With them removed.
blurred out.
with them blurred out.
Fucking
But
hell.
you can still
How
find
does that
it
run? Do you
if
have-
you know where to look. That's a good question.
Yeah, I was wondering. I feel like that card easily. So the Nikes that the Heaven's Gate
Oh, yeah.
cult was wearing, you can buy those online and they run for around like $7,000.
Oh yeah, that's
It's not the ones that they were actually wearing. It's just the brand.
They're wearing black. It wasn't Air Force Ones, was it?
They were Jordan.
Theirs was actually yeah.
They were like Jordan. I can't remember what they were.
But it's not the ones they died in. Or
No.
is it? Okay.
No, it's not those. But they didn't reissue them. They like stopped production of them like almost immediately because they just blew up online.
Yeah,
like,
that's one of those
on
things
TV,
that
and everybody was like, "Oh!" But I have seen pairs of them wrapped up in plastic bags as well, and I'm like, I don't know if these are like what creepy crime scene guy. But yeah, so I'm just wondering when it comes to weird crime scene stuff or something that might pertain to murder, where it lands as far as being assessed.
Okay, so there are copies on here from Amazon. I guess they are reselling on eBay. There's a graded 10 one. Looks like it's $2,900, and there's also a PSA 10 that's $880.
$2,900 isn't bad. I
spent more on Legos.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've absolutely actually expected more. I know very weird people out there who would pay a lot for items like that.
I'm trying to get it to unblur here. There you go. So you can see them two, like right behind them, one in the hat and the one.
Oh yeah. Jeez, 10 out of 10. They were courtside seats.
Courtside seats.
Where do they get the money for courtside seats?
Yeah, the dad was
loaded,
a CEO. Yeah, there's a
yeah.
reason that they killed him. They killed them straight for money, man.
Yeah.
Like straight.
I never
up.
really delved into the.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's one. Well, but we go to the next question before we start. Before we become the Retro Smash Serial Killer podcast.
Hey, they make a lot of money.
That's actually our next franchise.
This
right
is
there.
the Retro Smash Menendez Brothers podcast. Wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you for not scattering across the room with a shotgun. Number 4.
Jesus.
God. Hey, I had to take a shot.
Hey,
Number 4.
All over the room.
Attack Force.
That's a game.
Movie.
It's a movie.
Hell yeah.
A whopping 2.7 out of 10.
Jesus. That had to be direct to DVD.
I think most of these are direct to well,
direct to VHS.
Well, he directed half of them, and probably 80% of what he directed went direct to DVD. Number 5, Dark Summit.
That's a movie. That's a movie if I've ever heard a movie.
You know, I also agree, but I want to say a game because I feel like you're going to switch it up.
It is a game. It is a snowboarding game.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do they die in that game? Because that's what it sounds like it's implying.
I don't know. It's not SSX Tricky.
Yeah, I was going to say,
or,
you can't beat that game.
Yeah, no. Number 6, Malice.
Movie.
Game.
It is a platforming game.
I know that.
Yay.
Number 7, Jade Empire.
Is that a Star Wars game?
I'm going game.
I'm going game still.
It is a game. Nicely done. 2 for 2. A BioWare RPG game. Number 8, Gut Shot Straight.
That's a trick question. You want me to say movie. That is definitely a game.
I would use my neither on, but we already did that. So I'm going to say movie.
It is a movie.
Yeah.
It is 3.6 out of 10.
Jesus. You got a plot line on that one?
It just sounds like such a movie title that I was like, that's too straightforward. Woody doesn't do straightforward. That's not who
Sometimes
he is.
does.
Exactly
Sometimes
right.
he does.
You see, that's the problem, though, is that now he's done it. Like, if he does it straightforward, you're just like, oh.
He mixes it up.
I thought about putting like Hello Kitty Island Adventures on here.
This is a new game.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, it's actually a movie that he directed.
It could be. Number 9, Blood Wake.
It sounds like a movie about
A vampire.
No, I want to say like jet ski people.
So you're going movie.
Yes.
I'm going game.
It is a game,
Darn.
and you were on kind of the right track. It's a naval combat game.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if I'm lucky, I might be able to tie.
Yeah, you're not how close you are, but it's like
I'm-
5-4.
Yep. It's
All right.
5-4 right now, so
Number 10, Black Dawn.
Shite.
poop. I'm gonna go with movie.
I'm doing movie also.
You gotta do movies so you don't tie. Nice. It is a movie. 3.8 out of
Yeah.
10. Thank you, Steven Seagal, for your mediocrity. How'd you guys do?
Andy got 6. I ended up with 5.
Ah.
So yep, Andy got me. I have not been doing well at all as far as games go. I have lost the last 3 to Andy now.
Damn.
Jesus.
Well, Brian won that one.
Yeah, Brian won the one.
I actually got to sit and think about this game this week. Normally, I'm like 5:45 right when you guys are knocking on the door. I'm like throwing a game together. I'm like, so I'm sitting there 5:01. I'm like, need a game this week. Need a game. Not a movie based on a game. That's like our subject, which is our subject this week.
Yay.
Hey, Andy, you got a whole shit ton of
Yay.
notes over there. Would you like to begin talking about movies based off of video games this week?
I'm not joking, guys. I'm looking at it, and it looks like
It's about 3 pages.
It looks
4
like a
pages.
form that you would fill out for a job application.
Whatever. I printed it off of Wikipedia.
You got your FAFSA form over there?
Yeah. This is the last bit of home ownership forms that he's been filling out.
We'll let you go through your notes. We'll talk about some of our favorite of all time.
Yep.
And then I will read the Rotten Tomatoes 56 video game movies. I'll just give you the name, maybe a little bit about it, and what it ranked on Rotten Tomatoes. And then we'll get into an absolutely loaded happy time.
Stop me when you want to talk about a movie.
You go ahead. I'll say we'll keep all this in.
But
So let's roll out.
keep it on.
buddy.
Go for it.
okay, well, I wanted to do a movie month because it's summer, blockbusters. Fuck it. We got 3 episodes this month, so let's do movies.
Let's do
Let's
movies.
do a movie.
So this
Let's all go to the
movies.
Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the lobby
and have ourselves a snack.
Ba-dum, boom.
So this episode is going to be video game movies. These are movie adaptations of video games. The next episode is going to be movies about video games. So Tron, War Games, Ready Player
Gamer,
One. Yeah.
which was one of the most colossally disappointing game movies I've ever watched ever.
And then I'm going to skip the Uwe Ball movies on this episode because we're going to do an Uwe Ball episode because holy shit, fuck that dude. He is definitely going on the unshouted out list, but he deserves a full episode of how fucked up.
Andy
Those movies
has been foaming at the mouth to do an Uwe Ball episode. Just so you guys know, you are about to see Andy in like peak form right now.
Super nerd.
Just for funsies, Ball 56 and 55 on my list.
Oh boy.
So both 2 Ball movies are 56 and 55 on my Rotten Tomatoes list right now.
Well, Andy, let's start off with your
Yeah,
list.
rip it
then,
off.
bud.
Let's see what you got.
Go.
Let's go. So we're starting very first one. I got these in order here. We're going to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
The Super Hornio Brothers movie?
No.
Or is he...
I did not put any porn parodies on here. I'm sorry. Ron Jeremy did not show up on my little.
Boom, 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 boom.
This came out in 1993. I mostly wanted to do this to talk about this movie because this movie's really fucked up. Stars Bob Hoskins, stars John Leguizamo,
John
stars
Leguizamo?
Leguizamo.
Yep.
Yeah,
sorry.
John Leguizamo.
Gesundheit.
Dennis Hopper. This movie made $38.9 looks like $1 million at the time.
Oh, I'm surprised it wasn't $39,000.
I was gonna
considering how
say.
much of a flop it was.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So to be fair, the movie wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't.
It was so bad that Nintendo
Horrendous.
didn't make another movie based off
For
of Mario
fucking
Brothers
30-some
for
years.
like 30 years.
Yes.
So, yeah.
To be fair, yeah. The director. So there's 2 directors.
Did they kill themselves afterwards? 'Cause, I mean, I probably would have.
Rocky Morton,
Harikari and
Yeah.
Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel. If I'm reading that right.
I have never heard
Nope,
of either.
I didn't bother looking up what else they did.
they
I'm assuming
probably
they just
got
kind of.
blacklisted. This
I,
probably.
yeah, like I told you, they killed themselves afterwards.
For those who don't know, Bob Hoskins plays Mario. John Leguizamo, I can never say his name, plays Luigi.
Leguizamo. There you go.
There we go.
Plays Luigi.
We're the Mario Brothers, and we're here to say.
Plumbing's our game. To the bridge. Yeah, they go to Mario Land, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. And they're the Marios.
They go to Koopa
Koopa
Land.
Land.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper is King Koopa. He has a slick backed hair. Fun fact, he is based off of our current president.
Oh my god, is he really?
Yes, everything he does is
It's slimy and greasy, and it's supposed to remind you of a
a shady businessman.
yeah. It's supposed to remind you of a shady businessman, which
That's his character.
I mean, realistically, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, it's so funny that movie, considering that Bob Hoskins had just done Roger Rabbit like a few years
Yes.
before that. And that movie, he knocked it out of the park. And then he does this movie, and he's like, I don't want to do another one of these goofy ass movies ever a fucking again.
Fun fact, he did not know the film he was making was based on a game until his son asked him what he was working on. When Hoskins mentioned the film's title, the son immediately recognized it and showed him his Nintendo system. In a 2011 interview with The Guardian, Bob Hoskins described the film's production as, okay, hold on, I get my Bob Hoskins voice. It was a fucking nightmare. The whole experience was a fucking nightmare. I told him to get off the set. Fucking nightmare. Fucking idiots.
So not bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like an 8 out of 10 to me.
Oh yeah.
Him and John were frequently drunk on the set because they were like, fuck this movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were super trash the entire film. So, yeah.
Not a good first outing as far as movies go for Nintendo. You know, you would have absolutely expected them to have paid in a lot more money to have someone with a lot more experience to handle
Something.
such a big name for its very first
And to be
movie
fair,
release.
there wasn't much to go off of. I mean, there's the Brooklyn Plumbers. We got that in there. They're to Save the Princess. Mario 3 just came out. Super Mario World was just coming out. So they tossed a Yoshi in there. It's like a little shitty Velociraptor.
You know, and I suppose you could say that, yeah, CGI isn't where it is at.
No.
But at that same time, we also had movies like Terminator 2, like T2
Yes.
Terminator 2 and Jurassic
Park,
Park.
yeah. I was going to say.
So, again, Nintendo, they were slam dunking, making the big bucks. They could have paid out a lot more money to have someone have written a way better script and have found a way better director for that. So,
anything. A couple quick facts on there. In the finale, Mario was supposed to go scale the Brooklyn Bridge and drop a bomb down King Koopa's throat.
Oh.
However, the production overscheduled and that idea got scrapped. Also, for unknown reasons, the entire ending of the movie has been cut for the Italian release. In its version, the film ends with the Goombas dancing in queue outside of the de-evolution machine, waiting to return to normal. Even in the end credits were altered with inclusions of scenes from the whole movie, with the Roxette songs Almost Unreal replaced with Speed of Light by Joe Satriani, which is part of the production. Yeah, fun stuff on that.
Not a great movie. What else you got?
No. Well, talking about not great movies.
Well, I was going to say, you're talking about not great movies from 1993.
Yep.
You're going to talk about Street Fighter next?
Actually, I was going to do Double Dragon because that came out.
There you go.
Almost a month before Street Fighter. So Double Dragon stars Alyssa Milano, which is fucking crazy. That was one of her first movies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was a young Alyssa Milano.
Yep. And talking about Terminator, Robert Patrick, the fucking T2, was in that movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yep. Street Fighter then came out that December 1994. We all know Jean-Claude Van Damme was in there. Kylie Minogue was in there as well.
Kylie Minogue. That was also Raul Julia's last movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which is
God, he
up.
made that movie like
He's the only thing.
Of course. Yeah.
But for me, it was only Tuesday.
Yeah. For you, it was the most life-changing day. For me, it was Tuesday. He's so good. So good.
Fast forwarding a little bit to the next August, 1995. Mortal Kombat!
Club banger and a half. You guys all know how I feel about Mortal Kombat. I don't need to glaze it any more than what I already do. So,
starring Christopher Lambert and Corey Hayuki Tagawaga.
And Robin Show.
Yep. Shaolin, that's his name, the main bad guy, Mortal Kombat.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung, yes. Eventually, when the newer Mortal Kombat games came out, they took his face and put him in this.
Yeah, because his portrayal of Shang Tsung, it resonated so much with people our age that when they were doing the later adaptations and games, that they decided to use his actual physical appearance and his voice, bringing him back, I should say, for those because of his impact as the original Shang Tsung.
It's like how every Teddy Roosevelt is now Robin Williams. Everything.
Kinda.
Every Teddy Roosevelt anymore now is just Robin Williams, and you can't unsee it.
So are we I'm not saying we should just skip right over Mortal Kombat because I mean, like, we know how good it is. Did you guys like the Mortal Kombat?
I like the
movie?
first one.
Yeah, everybody liked the first one. The first one was worth the time.
The first one was actually really well put together. Well, I won't say really well put together, but it was good. Followed a solid plot, and who can forget the Mortal Kombat?
Yes. I mean, that still resonates.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, absolutely.
Like, people think of that song when you say Mortal Kombat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Annihilation was booty cheeks.
Yeah, so Annihilation came out 2 years later. So there was no video game movies between those 2 years. That's how shitty that those first few movies were. The original Mortal Kombat, though, did $124.7 million.
That's
probably blew its fucking budget out of the water if you have that.
Surprisingly, yeah. Next up, Wing Commander.
Based off of like the flight game.
This came out in 1999. It starred Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Back up.
I'm sorry. Question mark,
I know.
question mark.
Same.
I did not look too deep into it. I'm assuming it's kind of like a Top Gun kind of situation, but that's on this little list here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Did not know that.
What? That's so weird considering that, like, when did you say 98?
99.
99. They were both at like the height of their careers in
both
99.
Scooby-Doo.
They
literally just got out.
Yeah, they literally were just doing Scooby-Doo, and I Know What You Did Last Summer had just came out like a year or two before that.
Like all that.
Yeah, Scream and all that. So what the fuck?
It only did 11 million, so it was, definitely
Damn.
a bomb. The next one you should all know, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Yes, Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie.
Fuck yeah, and her dad, John Voight.
Yep.
Daniel Craig is in that movie as well.
Yeah, he is.
Pre James Bond.
Yeah, fucking young Daniel Craig.
Yep.
Mm.
Shouldn't say super young. Well, yeah.
That was 02, right?
Yeah.
This came out
01?
in 2001, June 2001. Did 274 million.
Yeah, that movie was I
it's
saw
a
that
movie.
in theaters. That movie was a banger.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies, honestly, of video game movies. Well, I also have a hot thing for Angelina Jolie.
Well, who doesn't?
Is this where I bring up your video game handle, the Zombie Reaper one?
Well, talking about that handle. Next up, Resident Evil, starring Mia Jovovich, my other hot girlfriend I wish I married.
Listen to that. Mila Jovovich. This is Ricky coming to you. Not on my behalf, but on my best friend Andy's behalf. He would love a shot. Just saying. He would love a shot. You can shoot him in the leg and he'd be happy with that shot.
I'll deal with it.
Actually. He would be very happy with it.
I can brag. I got shot in the leg by Mia Jovovich.
Just pee on him.
Honestly?
Pee on me.
What?
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass.
I was kind of hoping to say that quiet enough, like snuck into your like subconscious. Like, wait a minute, you just said that.
Michelle Rodriguez also was in there
Love Michelle. She is
right after Fast and the Furious.
Right, Fast and Furious.
Yes, I've always loved her, and I felt like she has been underutilized in
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood
Yep.
as far as badass women in movies go. Like she should be starring in her own franchise of movies where she's murdering motherfuckers left
I
and
don't know
right.
what she's doing nowadays. I'm curious. I haven't seen her in a
The
minute.
fucking Fast franchise.
Well, I was
Is
gonna
it
say
like
she made
25 years
7 to 8 Fast movies. She doesn't have to worry about anything for the
Like,
rest
no,
of her
she
life.
does,
that
but you know
money.
what though? You do those big movies so that you could do like weird artsy or weird shows and
Yeah.
shit. Like Daniel Radcliffe, like he did all them Harry Potter films. Motherfucker never has to worry about making
Yeah.
money ever again. Now all he does is just like a bunch of weird movies or TV shows.
And
And
what was
they
the show on TBS he did?
It's like the one where they're like in the West or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, there's a couple seasons like that because it was him and Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually
Oh.
really good.
It's-
and
yeah.
I wish I
Damn it, I know.
Take
I do
hold
too.
on, take a
I'll have to catch
pause.
that.
You're gonna have to edit this.
No,
But
while you're looking that up, Ellie Larder was also in the.
yes, she was.
The second Lara Croft movie came out 2003, The Cradle of Life, also starring Angelina Jolie.
Miracle Workers. There it is.
Mm.
Okay.
That's the name of the show, Miracle Workers. There are 4 seasons of that, and you can watch it on Hulu. Really good show, actually.
This is where Uwe Ball starts his stuff up.
Ugh.
I'm only going to bring this one up because this is how shitty it was. He did the House of the Dead movie.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
The only big name I could get out of it was Clint Howard, fucking Ron Howard's brother. Then you got the next Resident Evil Apocalypse movie came out. We're going to skip forward a little bit. The movie Doom,
Oh,
starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
who's that?
But you're going to hear his name a few more times in here.
Terrible time, guys. Terrible time.
It doesn't matter what his name
Terrible
is.
time. I love The Rock, but man, I'm not gonna get into my wrestling politics right now. But this motherfucker ruined WrestleMania for me.
Oof.
I'm not gonna go any further than that.
The movie also starred Carl Urban. Do you know that name at all?
Let me think.
Oh.
Why does that name sound so familiar? Huey, my boy, we
Yes.
gotta murder these soups.
Fucking
These
Billy
soups are
Butcher.
no fucking good. We gotta murder them all. Huey,
Yeah, fucking man.
Huey, you listen to me.
Yes, Billy Butcher from The Boys also starred in that. This movie was directed by Andrzej Bartkiewicz. I can't say his name if I mispronounced it, whatever. The director has a shit ton of good movies, so I don't know what the fuck happened with Doom.
You know, I realize, unfortunately, with a lot of video game movies, sometimes it's not the director and sometimes it's not the writer. It's just very hard for it to be translated on screen. Like,
I
that's
get
just,
that.
it's just so hard because there are so many expectations that people have of these movies already because they played the games and they're
Yeah.
such big fans of them. It's just so difficult that no matter what you write or what you direct, no matter what you put on screen, it's just not going to connect with the broader audience, you know? Or it might connect with the broader audience, but not actually connect with its core audience, being the actual gamers or those that help make it famous.
Yeah,
So,
and, well, some movies, I mean, if you're doing a video game adaptation of a movie, you're going to have the video game fans going, yeah, I want to watch this. But you should also make the movie good for people who don't know anything about the video game.
yeah, and that's the thing. And so it does make it difficult because if you just look at Doom as a whole, without relating it to the video game
Yeah.
itself, it's not a bad action film. I'm not saying it's
It's-
a great action
no.
film. I'm just saying that if you're sitting at home and there's nothing on TV and you're like flipping through the channels and you catch it on
Yes.
TBS, you're like, Fuck it. There's nothing else on.
Yeah, a good popcorn movie.
Yeah, it's a good fuck it movie, you know? Fuck it, I'll watch it. Rob Schneider has like 1,000 of those movies, that's, you know? So it's not like he makes great movies. He's just made like a bunch of, there's nothing else really on right now. I guess I'll watch The Hot Chick for the 12th time now.
Oh, sweet. Deuce Bigelow's on.
Yeah.
So this director, this is the reason I bring this up, because he did some actually good movies, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? He also directed Romeo Must Die.
Fuck, that's such a good movie.
Yes, Lethal Weapon 4.
Oh.
Ooh.
Falling Down.
Oh, God, Jesus.
Yep, and he also directed Twins, the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
the
Danny
Arnold
DeVito
Schwarzenegger,
movie.
Danny DeVito.
Yes.
Wow.
So I was like, what the fuck happened, dude?
Well, things can happen, and it might just be that it's not his style of movie to make or to direct. I mean, that's always a possibility, but man.
Yeah, well, he also directed another movie coming up, but whatever. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Another video game movie. You think I learned his lesson. Next up, Silent Hill.
So good. I saw that in
Yeah.
theaters when it came out, actually. I have no notes. I think that it is one of the best video game adaptation
Yes.
movies of all time, to the point to where watching it now, I still get a little bit of chills up and down my spine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Hearing the siren go on.
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Yeah,
Watching
that-
Pyramid Head rip the
rip
fucking
the
skin,
skin
Yeah,
off
just
that
Pyramid
chick.
Head, yeah,
Oh,
watching
God.
Pyramid Head deskin that
Crazy.
woman is just is insane. It's everybody knows I'm a big Silent Hill person. Also, I've actually been working my way into playing them a
You
little. I've played some of them. I didn't get really deep into playing them, but I am playing Silent Hill. What is it? Heavy Rain, I think is what it is. Or Downpour.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain's a different game.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I'm mixing up my genre. Sorry, guys. Ricky's had a few
I need you to
drinks.
come over and hang out with me while I play Silent Hill F whenever it comes out, okay? I have had that on my radar since the moment I saw the trailer,
Just gotta play with the lights
like
off.
2 years ago.
Weldy is asking for me to be that black person in the movie theater. That's like, no, what are you doing?
Don't go in there.
Don't go in there. No.
Don't know if I should believe that.
They're trying to censor me again, guys. The black guy said the N-word. Now I'm getting censored again.
Boom, 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 boom.
Silent Hill starred Sean Bean. This is one of the very few movies Sean Bean did not die in.
Sean Bean or Sean Penn?
Bean.
Yeah, I don't know. I lost $100 trying to figure out which one is which.
Damn, what? What's that from?
That's an actual bet that I made in real life. Where
What?
I was making-
Dude, what the fuck?
No, I couldn't remember which one was Sean Penn or Sean Bean, not from the Silent Hill movie, but I made a bet with somebody at the bar. Yeah, your boy just throws money away left and
Jeez,
right.
that's a lot of money.
Was
This
it
is-
Sean Penn? Wasn't he Harvey Milk?
Yes.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, and I got my Sean's mixed up while at the bar. And
I mean, to be fair, they have the same name spelling.
it's
and they
pretty,
Bean
it's,
and
it's pretty close, and they're both white guys that kind of do the same roles. And
sort of. Yeah.
realistically, looking at them, there's not too much of a facial difference. They both look pretty haggard, like they've both been drinking for like 30 years straight. So,
Like they need a nap.
I'm
They
just
look like they need a nap.
so yeah. I'm just saying that your boy might have lost $100
Yeah, okay,
making
so
a bet on that.
I can understand mixing them up, but that's like hey, I'll bet you a bottle of Bud that
Not
$100
$100. Yeah, damn.
I lost
You're
$100.
very confident, apparently.
I
that-
was
that-
very confident in that bet, and he was like, "You're an idiot," and I was like, "Nah, man, I got this." And they were like, "No, looking it up," and I was like, "Yeah, man, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's Sean Penn that's in the fucking in a Dragon show."
The
And
Dragon Show. Now I'm curious what you're talking about.
the fuck, what the dragon shit, the motherfucker, the one that like was really good, and then everybody hated it because the last 2 seasons sucked dick.
Dragon Tales?
I fucking-
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
What is the song of
It is time for
Ice and
Dragon
Fire?
Tales.
Of Ice and
The Games
Ice
of
and Fire.
Thrones?
There we go. I couldn't think. Yeah, a Song of Fire and Ice. Yes, yes. Game of Thrones. Yes,
The Guitar Hero song?
Yes,
Into the Flames.
that's right. Yes. And again, so as you can tell, your boy is drunk right now. He's had a few
Let's
not
all
even
drinks
that
go
deep.
now.
Dragon
So
Land.
if you're wondering how I managed to lose, mind you, this was after like 3 days straight of like drinking very heavily
Jesus.
and being out at the bar. And I was like, I got it this time. Fuck it. This $100 is gonna go towards me being able to buy more alcohol.
The most I've ever won in a bar bet, I won a pitcher of beer because I knew that Running on Empty was by Jackson Brown and not Fleetwood Mac. That's the most I've ever bet on a bar
Jesus.
bet.
So while that's the most I've lost on a bar bet, I have gotten tased for a free pitcher of beer.
I feel like that's a short-term gain and a long-term loss.
It's not
fun.
that bad being tased. If you've never been tased before, it's really not bad.
Do not fucking tase me on the booze
tase me,
cruise,
bro.
okay? Please don't tase me on the booze cruise.
I make no promises. However,
don't ruin my. I'm gonna get a Newfound Glory shirt. Don't ruin my Newfound Glory shirt.
It's gonna be a newfound pooping shirt afterwards.
Look into
Ricky tased me, then I shit myself. That's gonna be his next. I shit myself story. Ricky tased me on his birthday, and I shit myself.
Dead or Alive next.
I did not watch this because I don't care for the games because they just feel like a sex.
There's
sex grab.
Definitely the volleyball scene in that movie. Jamie Presley.
Yeah, I was like,
My Name is Earl is in there, and Kevin Nash actually is in that movie too.
Not surprised. Kevin Nash is in a lot of weird.
Yep,
he was in Grandma's Boy in the opening scene.
Yeah, he was.
It's kind of weird.
The next Resident Evil Extinction that came out in 2007. Fast forward a little bit here, we got the Hitman movie. Timothy Olyphant.
Was that movie any good, guys?
It was all right.
I just feel like the only time I think anybody could pull off a good Hitman movie would be Pitbull, because he already Mr. Worldwide already dresses up like Hitman. So
well, he can't be a secret hitman because he just says his name whenever he walks in the room. Pitbull.
What is
Mr.
that?
Worldwide.
What is that? Agent 47, I think, is the
sequel.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was like the actual agent's code.
Agent 47.
Dolly. He is Agent 47.
Dolly.
Yeah.
Miami.
I'm pretty sure. Come on, man.
I can sneak up on somebody like that.
He looks just like the fucking dude.
He does.
Man.
I will say. Yeah,
I'm almost positive that he's done it purposefully.
Skipping another Uwe Ball movie. We're going into Max Payne 2008, starring Marky Mark,
the guy who runs over.
Yeah.
All right.
Mia Kunis is in there, and so is Luda.
Good for Luda. Good crossover artist right there.
Save Luda for the next podcast episode, because he was also in Gamer.
Yep.
He did a couple video game style movies around that time. He was everywhere.
Yeah, I got a couple names in here that are going to repeat.
Late 10s.
I didn't watch the Max Payne movie.
I did not see it either.
I was so burnt out on Mark Wahlberg at that point. When did you say Max Payne came out?
2008. So he just did
The Departed.
I was like,
yes,
The Departed just came out.
And it was in between when he did The Departed and Ted. Because Ted was early 2010s, right?
Ted was like 2009, 2010, but Ted was so fucking good.
What's the movie where the wind kills people in the trees?
The Happening.
Yeah.
We saw that in theaters together.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, that movie was shit.
That's how much I forgot about
it. Zoe Deschanel. Yes. And Andy can't pronounce last name.
Luigi Amo.
Yeah, with John Luigi Amo.
John Legumes.
It would have been even funnier if John Luigi Amo would have returned to a voice Luigi and V.
Well, no, they got what's his face?
I know they got the guy. They got Charlie
from
Day.
Sunny. Yep.
Yeah, they got Charlie Day instead, which is fine. It's fine.
Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. I did not put any notes down, but this is where
Michael Clark Duncan
was he in that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the director
he played M. Bison.
He played. Yeah. No, he played Balrog.
Did he?
Hold on. I think he played Balrog in that movie, but him and Chun-Li were working together. Hold on. This is how forgettable this movie was.
Was this Michael Clark Duncan's last movie? Because he died in like 2009 or some shit.
Yeah.
But this was the one that was directed by the same guy who did Doom.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
Bad. Sorry, guy. Like I said, some directors are made for video game movies and some directors just don't know how to handle it. No offense to that guy, because he's clearly directed really good movies, but maybe video game movies just aren't where it's at.
He probably needed to stop at that minute.
Maybe Doom should have been where you called it a day.
These are the last of our few retro movies, quote unquote. Tekken had a movie in 2010.
Did it?
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Also starred Casey Hiroyoko Jagawagawago.
Gesundheit.
Boy, here, did you actually write it down
yeah,
correctly?
so good luck reading my handwriting, because I can't read it.
I can. I've read your
Ricky's
handwriting.
requesting the list.
Yeah, well, no, I've read Andy's handwriting. He and I used to work together. It's Casey Hiroyuki. What is that? That's Hihaji. So
that's who he played. He played Hihaji.
Yeah, he played Hihaji.
So he did a Mortal Kombat movie, and he did a Tekken movie.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, Casey Hiroyuki there. Yeah, but also I'm a weeb, and I literally read Japanese script all the fucking time watching anime. So Yeah.
I did not get notes for this one. The Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. This movie did $336 million.
That had Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
I did not watch that because I don't care for Prince of Persia.
I didn't get to watch it either. Apparently, it did a fuck ton of money.
I didn't realize that it did that fucking good. Holy shit, I thought it flopped. I knew that it came out, but wowzers. Jake Gyllenhaal still putting out bangers like that, huh? I am surprised.
Apparently. Then there's a few slew of Resident Evil movies. Resident Evil Afterlife and Retribution, both directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah.
2010, 2011.
Who did Death Race, by the way?
Yep. So this is where we start getting into big old fat fucking profits here. 300,000 for Afterlife, 300 million.
I was like
240 million.
What the fuck, 300,000, bud? That was someone's contract.
I missed the 1,000 there.
he missed a zero in there, guys.
Fat profit. This movie made $8.
Silent Hill Revelations came out 2012.
That was the sequel.
That hella bombed, 52 million.
And Sean Bean returned as his character from that one, surprisingly.
This is where we start getting into movies that were actually like, hey, these aren't bad video game movies. The stigma is gone.
A lot of them are animated too.
So I'll be honest, I forgot
Andy left off all the animated ones.
Yeah, I forgot to get the animated
Don't
ones.
worry.
So
I'll pick them up for you.
These are live action ones.
Yep.
Final Fantasy Rebirth, I think was the name of the movie.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah,
not good.
Oh,
I didn't think it was.
I didn't think it was that good. I mean, it looked cool for the time because of the CGI.
Watch Mojo thought it was good.
Yeah, well, Watch Mojo isn't always accurate either. And I love Watch Mojo, and I love Mrs. Mojo. They are not great sometimes. Sometimes they are not accurate.
Need for Speed, Aaron Paul, Rami Malek, Kid Cudi.
Yep.
2014.
My God, Rami Malek was in that? That's crazy.
10 years old.
Yeah.
Man, 11 years old.
That threw me for a nut.
And now to think that Mr. Malik is a fucking Oscar award winner.
Yeah.
You know what's even funnier is that I just watched the review of Until Dawn, video game Until Dawn, which came out in 2015. So that was also one of his earlier projects. And again, it's one of those, like, it's weird to see where he's at 10 years later, like having had won an Oscar, like for the
Queen movie.
Yeah, the Queen movie. But you look like you were getting ready to say something when I had mentioned
Yes,
that.
I did, because that game comes up later. Hitman Agent 47 came out in 2015. Timothy decided not to come back.
Don't blame him. Smart man.
That movie did 82 million.
Wow, not great.
Yep. Warcraft, the movie, $439 million. I've never seen this movie.
What? Hold on a second.
The only big name I can come up with is Clancy Brown, and he was in like that new Dexter show.
I love Clancy Brown. He's just so willing to do shit.
Yep.
Oh, I remember seeing the trailers for this. And I was like, that movie's going to flop so fucking bad.
It did decent money compared to everything else on this list.
Dude, I love Clancy Brown. And it's even funnier that I just realized that he's the fucking voice of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. So, SpongeBob me boob.
Assassin's Creed movie, Michael Fassbender starred 2016, 240 mil.
That man, he loves attaching himself to an IP that he knows he's going to make some money off of, and then doing weird shit afterwards, because he's also, mind you, this is the guy who does Magneto in the later remakes for the X-Men films like Days of Future Past and First Class and stuff
those
like
are
that.
hard take. I think those X-Men movies are better than the original Fox movies. The first one was good.
First Class?
No, the first 1990s Halle Berry.
The very first
Hugh
X-Men
Jackman
movie.
Yeah.
I think the very first one was good.
But there was cheese, a lot of cheese.
I had Halle Berry, so that's all that mattered.
That's all that mattered. The original Storm is great. But yeah, I was going to say, Michael Fassbender, I get it, bro. Get your payday. I'm not mad at you.
The last Resident Evil, the final chapter, also still directed by Paul W.S. Anderson somehow.
I can't
and
believe
starring Mia Jovovich.
that they managed to squeeze, like, when did the first one come out? Like 2099?
I think it was 2002 was the original Resident Evil come out 2002.
Give me a second. It came out 2002.
2002, and that one came out when?
And this one came out in 2017. So 15 years.
15 years. That
of
woman,
Resident Evil movies.
Mila Jovovich, you squoze 15 years of paychecks out of this fucking franchise. Good for you, Queen.
Get your bag.
Good for fucking you. Good Lord. I am so happy for you.
2018, they remade the Tomb Raider movie.
They did.
This time with Walton Goggins and Nick Frost.
Yes.
Period.
Walton Goggins. I love me some Walton
Oh,
Goggins.
yeah. We were just talking about him on the way down.
We were.
Baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
SNL. Yeah.
Yes, that's Baby
SNL.
Billy right there. That's also the ghoul from Fallout.
Yep.
But also going back further, he was in Django Unchained as one of the
was he?
KKK horsemen.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, he was.
Yes. And
Is he the one that said this mask? I can't see out his goddamn mask.
Then he was also what the fuck? He was also in Vice Principals with Danny McBride.
Yep,
So
that show was awesome.
yes, I am loving this late career renaissance for this man. It's kind of like the what's the guy who plays the Mandalorian? I can't think of his.
He's gonna be in the Fantastic Four movie.
Yes, the guy who also
and in Last of Us.
He just played Joel in The Last of Us. Why can't I think of the fucking name? I'm blanking. This sucks so bad.
Pablo
Escobar?
Yes. Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, yes. Yeah, he's also experiencing a late career renaissance right now.
And so is John Goodman, but thanks.
Oh,
John Goodman's always been.
John Goodman, there's no career renaissance. That man has always been at the top of his.
Since the 80s.
Yeah, that man has been at the top since
fucking
Arachnophobia,
Roseanne.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. When do we play?
Yeah,
fucking love Arachnophobia, and we need to start it.
They're remaking that.
That is the one movie that if I wanted to
They're remaking
do a movie podcast, that would be the reason for it. So
it's coming back.
Bad news, guys. I guess we'll be starting a movie podcast here soon.
I'm down. Rampage, the movie starring
The Rock, where he plays the same character in every fucking movie.
This is actually when that trope starts. Around this time,
where he plays every jungle safari guy.
He's in a fucking jungle in a safari, and it's primarily so then he can film in Hawaii. So that's literally what it is. The filming for these movies, like most of his movies, takes place in Hawaii. So
Jumanji,
he gets to
the next
enjoy
episode.
And chill.
Dead Trigger. I've never heard of this movie or game for that matter. The movie has Dolph Lundgren in it.
I'm surprised that that's the first time we've heard his name on this list.
Yep, this movie also had two directors, Mike Cuff and Scott Windensauer. So I'm assuming this movie kind of flopped. It did 151 mil.
Can I just say for a second, like a quick 10-second, I'm so glad in one of the most recent Expendables movies, they had Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone get into a fist fight. I'm like, oh my God, that is total fan service for Rocky IV. I think so, yeah.
I'm just going to throw this out here right now. I love the Expendable movies because they're supposed to be like that bit of nostalgia that you get from like the old 80s movies. Guys, those movies suck to me.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, I don't care to watch a bunch of geriatrics pretend like they're still superheroes.
That's fair.
Look, man, your heyday ended like 30 years ago, man.
I mean, they bring in some newer names like Terry Crews and
Jet Li, too.
That they ended up killing.
That's fair.
Guess who lives at the end?
The old men.
Yeah, the old guys. They brought in a Hemsworth brother, and then they killed him. And it's like, well, what the fuck? I don't know. I guess his contract wasn't high enough for him to actually make it to the end.
The Expendables is very triple chocolate chip, cherry on top, syrup and sprinkles, like a big bowl of ice cream where you enjoy it once, but then you're like, oh, I don't know if I can handle that again.
Look, if they would have dropped this movie 20 years ago, like 99, 2000,
that would have been insane.
And it would have been fantastic because they still would have had that drawing power, that name.
They still did when
they did, and it's fine, but it's like,
It's like old timers' day at the baseball stadium.
So now we're going into, I'm going to call it the renaissance of video game movies, because here on out,
banger after banger after banger.
There's a couple bangers, stragglers in here, but yes, Pokemon Detective Pikachu starring Ryan Reynolds.
So good.
Damn, that movie's cool.
Saw that in theaters. That was good.
Yep, there's rumor that Danny DeVito was supposed to voice of Pikachu.
Saw that, and they were like, no. Which would have been great.
My fucking Magnum condom.
My fucking Magnum Pokeball.
Fuck you mean you want me to do Thunder Shock? I don't do that shit.
It'd have been great. 10 out of 10. I feel like maybe Nintendo missed out on that one.
Fun fact on this movie, just real quick. The movie Angels with Filthy Souls is a made-up movie that was in Home Alone.
Yeah, that was a made-up Home Alone movie. Yeah.
It's also in this movie.
What? Really?
Is it what?
Yeah.
I did not catch that.
I didn't know that either. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool fun fact.
Well, I knew that there was a made-up movie, but I didn't know that it slipped its way into the Pokemon movie. Yep. That means that was...
Mom, I'm eating junk food and watching rubbish. You better try to stop me.
That means that whoever directed that was a nerd.
Well, the director was Rob Letterman. I don't know if you know that name, because I don't.
I do not.
Nerd.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, James Marsden,
You know
Yeah.
who gets the biggest shout out for that movie? The fucking internet.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
bullying them
Yeah.
to redo
Yeah.
Sonic's look.
Bullying works, guys, and maybe we should do it more often. Just saying.
Well, I mean, it paid dividends because that's like what? Between the three of them, there's like what, $2 billion at least?
Yeah, there are 3 of those movies plus the TV show that came out on Paramount Plus for Knuckles.
Yep.
Which I did not watch, and I didn't watch the third one either.
Oh.
But this
The third
is
one was bad.
also
I'm going to admit that.
oh, this is also the franchise that saved Jim Carrey's acting career, basically.
Well, he pretty much retired and was like, I'll do this. You give me some money, sure.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, I love this so much that I'm willing to come back
Do it
and
again
do
and
it
again.
again.
Can they
Yeah.
stop making them so Idris Elba can stop being busy with this and start being fucking James Bond?
Nope, I'm okay
Nope.
with that. Nah, man, I don't want him to
No.
be James Bond.
No!
Sorry, man.
I have been waiting for Idris Elba to be fucking James Bond for years.
like a decade plus.
Ever
Yeah.
since the picture of him and Daniel Craig at the Oscars kind of side-eyeing each other, I'm like, oh my God, yes!
We're never gonna get that, and I'm okay with it. They can find somebody else now.
No, because they're going to find some
no.
like 21-year-old
They don't-
jabroni ass.
They don't deserve Idris Elba to be James Bond.
Oh, you know what? Now that Amazon did buy the rights to James Bond, you are correct.
Yeah,
I will
Amazon-
say that.
Yeah, Amazon full on bought the
Did not
rights
know
from
that.
the actual family. I just read that the other day in the paper.
From the Broccoli family, yeah.
Because I'm an old man. I still read the actual papers.
So Paul W.S. Anderson is not done yet. He's back.
Good for him.
Yes.
Monster Hunter. Guess who stars in the movie Monster Hunter, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson?
I'm going to say The Rock.
Nope, Mila Jovovich.
I was like, it's Mila,
Oh,
it's Mila
she's back.
Jovovich. Yeah.
Ron Perlman was also in that movie.
Good for him.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Get your money, Hellboy.
There you go. The newest Mortal Kombat movie, I thought kicked ass.
That
I didn't
movie
recognize any of the names.
That movie
It was
good.
a bunch of no names in that movie, but it was brutal, actually.
Yeah,
it was,
Like,
yeah.
and they killed characters in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for real,
For real.
fatalities.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, okay.
This is what we're doing. Okay, yeah.
I was happy with that. I was happy with that.
I'm going back up there for a second. Sonic made $319 million.
That seems low.
Pokemon, I think I said 433 mil.
Okay, that seems about right.
Next up, Werewolves Within 2021. I've never heard of that game or seen this movie.
Yeah. So, Werewolves Within is.
It's like based off the werewolf card
Yeah.
game where one of you,
Yes.
yeah,
Ooh.
Werewolves
it's like
Within.
Mafia.
I remember it now. Yes, I actually watched this for one of our scary movie months a year or so ago. It's actually really entertaining.
Interesting.
It has the Verizon girl. What's her
Oh.
name? Mila Village.
I didn't write her name down.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm not going to butcher
The
it.
AT&T girl? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
her.
Huh.
Yes, it has her in it, and it's actually really entertaining. And I wish that she did more movies.
The only name I recognized was Harvey Gillian. That
Yes.
is Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought that movie was. Yes, it's a really funny movie.
Okay,
Actually,
I'll have to check that
you
out.
should definitely 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend watching that one. I just so happened to have stumbled across it one night while we were looking for something to watch. It's a good one. I never played the game, but the movie 10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Guess what? Another Resident Evil movie. Welcome to Raccoon City. This one not directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, nor starring Mila Jovovich. Yep.
Heard about it, did not watch it. I
Did
heard it was actually really good.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard it was actually a really good movie. By a few other people were like, Ricky, this is a really good Resident Evil. You should watch it.
Uncharted 2022 stars Mr. Spider-Man Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And our buddy Marky Mark plays an old man Sully somehow, but he's not old.
I'll put it like this. It's weird seeing Tom Holland playing a character that's
Not Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's where he's not playing a teenager.
Fair.
Mind you, Tom Holland is like in his
20s, I think, at this
late
time.
20s. He's like in his mid 20s. He was like 23, 24. He just didn't think Drake when I saw the trailer. So
No, it was a weird Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg movie.
more power to Spider-Man, but sorry, but that wasn't it for me.
Sonic 2 came out 2022, 405 mil. Five Nights at Freddy's just came out, 297 mil. Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard, so back to him again.
Yes. Matt Pat made an appearance in that game.
Yep, and Matthew Lillard is going to be in the DLC for, what's that game that Yoshi plays?
I have no idea, but sorry.
Dead by
Dead by
Daylight.
Daylight.
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
Matthew Lillard will be Freddy Fazbear in that movie.
Oh, is he?
in that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like,
He's gonna
okay,
be. Is he, I thought you were gonna
pretty
say he's gonna
rad.
play Shaggy and play a killer.
No,
Spoilers, guys. Actually, he's going to come back and he's probably going to recreate his character from the Scream series.
skip forward a little bit more. 2024, Borderlands, Kate Blanchett, Jack Black,
Terrible, trash, horrible.
Kevin
movie,
Hart,
yeah.
Absolutely
Jamie
garbage.
Lee Curtis, Sonic 3, 2024, a Minecraft movie, Chicken Jockey, Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Matt Berry.
Matt Berry was in that.
Matt Berry was in this movie.
Oh, so I guess it's okay for me to admit that I'm old and not everything is supposed to appeal to me.
It's a good
but
movie.
I never even played Minecraft. I won't even understand like 90% of the references, so I'm not going to waste my time watching it.
And just a few weeks ago at this point, Until Dawn, Peter Stormare reprises his role. Zip through some movies real quick that are coming out. Exit 8, the weird like subway game where you have to figure out what's the differences in the game.
Oh, the Anomaly. Yes,
Yep.
the Anomaly game.
They're making a new Mortal Kombat 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, another untitled Resident Evil movie,
Oh my gosh.
Sonic 4.
What? They're making another Sonic movie?
Yep.
I'm surprised by that.
Well, I thought Jim Carrey said this third one was his last one.
Well,
Is he not going to be in the next one?
I don't know, projected 2027.
Woof.
Legend of Zelda movie. Hopefully, better be good. Jack Black's going to be. Jack Black's going to be Link.
He's Link?
No.
I was like, he's got to be
Excuse me, princess.
He's got to be fucking. If he's in, he's
No,
got to be
he's
like
not.
Ganon or some shit.
It's Chris Pratt.
Oh, don't.
Please don't.
Don't
Please,
do that.
Please don't.
No.
Please don't.
Andy.
Guys, there are so
Andy.
many actors out there that we can actually recycle past the same generic five that we use in movies all the time. For the love of God.
Chris Pratt's going to be Ganon. Yeah, no.
Matt Mercer could be Ganon.
It's supposed to be another Street Fighter movie.
Mm.
Watch Dogs is supposed to be coming out with something. Bendy in the Ink Machine, Comic Zone.
Comic Zone movie?
I am.
Supposedly.
That is intriguing.
Death Stranding. This one has a director attached. Michael Cera.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold the fuck on. We don't need an actual Death Stranding movie. The fucking game is
It's
a
a movie.
goddamn
The game's a
movie.
movie, yeah.
Literally, the game is a fucking movie.
An untitled Dead by Daylight movie. Dredge. Duke Nukem.
What? Dredge? The fucking I'm on a fucking boat
announced.
game? Okay.
Fear.
Duke Nukem would actually be pretty solid if they do it correctly, but it just has to be over the top campy.
Yeah, I think Fear would be all right. Five Nights at Freddy 3, Gravity Rush, Helldivers, Hello Neighbor, the movie.
Oh, that'd be
Horizon-
that'd be funky.
So the only thing I could think of for an Hello Neighbor movie is that it's like a scary movie where the fucking main
Neighbors
character is like a fucking paranoid fucking person, and are like, my fucking neighbor is murdering people, and there's weird shit going on at their house, and they get trapped in their house or some shit.
Like Truman Show meets Scary Movie, kind of.
Something weird.
Where it's like everything is on the outside, it looks perfect, and then you
Yeah.
realize it's just not.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Jack and Dexter, Just Cause, a Just Dance film. God knows what that's going to be. Untitled Metal Gear movie.
Hold on a second. You say a Just Dance movie like the early 2000s wasn't filled up with those dance movies.
Save the Last
To
Dance.
Save the Last Dance and bullshit like that, you know?
Another Minecraft sequel. The
Take the
Mortuary
lead.
Assistant, which just came out not too long ago.
Oh,
where you
oh,
do that.
God.
Outlast, Outrun. This one's directed by Michael Bay, attached. A Pac-Man movie, a sequel to Pokemon Detective Pikachu,
I heard about that one, yeah.
Poppy Playtime, an untitled Portal film directed by J.J. Abrams, so that might actually be.
Ooh, that might be.
That would actually be a good head fuckery where you're like trying to escape the fucking factory from GLaDOS.
Rabbids movie, Saints Row, Shinobi, Slime Rancher, Space Channel 5, Space Invaders, Split Fiction, Streets of Rage, Bingo Bango from the last episode.
So, all right, I'm going to put it like this. A Streets of Rage movie, by the time that comes out, it'll probably be like 40 years past
Oh,
due. The only people that's going to see a Streets of Rage movie are literally people who will be in their fucking 40s.
I thought you were going to say
by
people
that
in this
point.
room. The only
Close
people
enough.
are going to see is the three of us.
Which I'm going to go see it like at least 5 times a day. So I'm going to help artificially inflate it, depending on who they get to play the main characters. Because I swear to God, if I see Chris Pratt show up in that movie or Jack Black, I'm actually going to show up to that theater and kill myself on
Jesus
opening
Christ.
day.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Paul W.S. Anderson's back. He's going to do a House of the Dead movie this time.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty lit, though.
Until he gets fucking Mia Jovovich back in there.
You know, is that his wife or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's because they got married right after the first Resident Evil.
Hey, man, I would keep my wife employed, too.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
And then a Vampire Survivors movie is supposed to be coming out. TBA.
Okay. Well, Weldy, you said that you have a list for us.
Yeah, so just real quick, 56-1, which by the way, U-Bowl owns 56, 55, 53, 52, and 48 on this
Oh,
list.
he actually beat somebody.
Yeah, so
Surprise.
56, Alone in the Dark, 1%, House of the Dead, 3%, Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li, 3%. In the Name of the King, a U-Bowl movie with Jason Statham, 4%.
Yeah.
Blood Rain, 4%. Mortal Kombat, There's Annihilation, a whole 4%.
Surprising.
Silent Hill Revelation comes in at 50 at 8%. Hitman Agent 47, 8%. Postal, 9%. There's another U-Bowl movie. Wing Commander, Freddie Prinze Jr., Matthew Lillard. There's a reason you haven't seen it because it came in at 10%. Borderlands, the new one, 10%.
Really? Ooh.
Yep. Street Fighter 94,
bad.
11%. Pokemon Forever, 16%. This one killed me. Pokemon, the first movie.
What the
1998 got a 16%.
No,
Yeah,
man.
I skipped all those by accident.
Fuck that. Hold on. I'll put a slight pause on this. I know we're trying to get through, but that movie is so fucking good. And the fact that they gave it like a 16%, it hurts my soul, which means that there are a lot of heartless people who are doing the voting for this.
It's Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know. What do you hate about it? Was it the message that they were sending that like we should all get along together?
Yeah,
Or,
fuck you.
like, I'm sorry.
Make them fight.
Fucking, that's what it was. And it was like, aha, the fucking kid finally died. And it was like, your tears can't bring him. Your tears shouldn't be able to bring anybody back to life. Like, oh my God, you guys are heartless. I just want you all to understand that. Just evil.
42, Hitman, the OG Hitman came in at 16%. Max Payne, 16%. Resident Evil Apocalypse, 18%. The OG Doom with The Rock, 18%. Pokemon Heroes in 2003 at 19%. Assassin's Creed, also 19%. Pokemon 3, the movie, 20%. Somebody hates Pokemon because Pokemon 2000, The Power of One, 20%.
Is it, what the fuck is going on? You know what? That's it. I'm jumping on Rotten Tomatoes. I am creating a Rotten Tomatoes account. I am jumping on when I get home tonight, and I'm giving a thumbs up to every Pokemon movie fucking ever. You people are heartless, soulless motherfuckers. You all deserve to be miserable for real. Get out of the house, you assholes. Touch some fucking grass. How dare you?
You're not going to like this one because 34 is the OG Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie at 20%.
Wow. Okay. I am under the assumption now that this is definitely just a bunch of, I don't know how to put this. I don't incels because that's not the correct terminology to use. But I'm going to say a bunch of miserable online jockeys. You guys really, really, really need to actually talk to other people outside of being online. I am being so for real.
Resident Evil Afterlife came in at 21% at number 33. Number 32, Ratchet and Clank, 22%. Need for Speed with Aaron Paul at 23%. Resident Evil Extinction at 24%. Tied with that was Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, 24%.
How could you guys hate these Lara Croft movies when Angelina Jolie, they were so good?
Though the sequel is an improvement over the first movie, it's still lacking in thrills. Critics' consensus.
Fuck you.
Resident Evil Retribution, 28%. The OG Mario Brothers movie got a 29%.
How did that get so high? Fuck did that get so high?
And it tied with Warcraft in 2016.
Get the fuck out of me with this.
All right, top 25. Welcome to Raccoon City, Resident Evil, 30%. The OG Silent Hill, this one breaks my heart. It's at 32%.
That should be way higher.
Five Nights at Freddy's, 32%. Dead or Alive, 33%.
Wow.
The OG Resident Evil, 36%. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, 37%. Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, 38%. Uncharted, 41%. Monster Hunter at 44%. Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, 44%. The Angry Birds movie.
Oh, yeah.
I actually watched that one. I redboxed that one. It wasn't a bad movie. And just so we can give clarification on this, Andy did not add any animated films into this, so
I did not catch that on the Wikipedia when I printed it off. I didn't realize it was separated.
That's all right.
Yeah, he's a bad person. So if you guys are wondering why we didn't
send an email to retrosmash@gmail.com and cuss me out.
You can do that.
The OG Mortal Kombat comes at number 14 at 47%.
Really?
So
that should be a top 10.
Minecraft movie at 47%. Until Dawn, 53%. Rampage at 51%. Now we're into the top 10. Top 10 here. Tomb Raider, the 2018 one, 52%.
Really?
The 2021 Mortal Kombat, there's a lot of recency bias on
I was like, there is a lot of recency.
There's a lot of recency bias.
There's a lot
on
of
this
recency
list.
bias on this, man.
Mortal Kombat 2021, 55%. Super Mario Brothers movie at 59%.
It was actually a really good movie. Me and Shauna both enjoyed that one a lot.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, 64%.
Fair.
Gran Turismo, 65%.
Question
Detective Pikachu, 68%.
Okay.
Sonic 2, 69%. Nice. The Angry Birds movie 2, 72%.
I'm sorry, there was a second one?
Yeah, 2019. Like its non-aerodynamic title characters, the Angry Birds Movie 2 takes improbable yet delightfully entertaining flight, leading humorous hits along the way.
What the fuck?
Still
Sounds like
starring
a
Jason
DreamWorks
Sudeikis,
movie.
Josh Gad,
What?
Leslie Jones, and Bill Hader.
What?
It's like the cast from the first one.
Well, it's
but-
also like Saturday Night Live circa 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? I remember watching the first one because I remember red boxing it. I did not realize that a second one had come out, but okay.
Number 2, Sonic 3 at 85%, and number 1, Certified Fresh, Werewolves Within, 86%.
Okay, yeah. As I was saying, guys, 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend that you all watch the Werewolves Within. It is a really good fucking movie, honestly. Like a really good fucking movie. I do not agree with this list. This list is actually, it shows a lot of recency bias in it. Wish I would have had a listener sitting here in front of me. He was reading off his phone, but nah, man, I don't agree with that.
Well, if you don't agree with it either, why don't you shoot us an email? Andy, where can they reach us?
Again, retrosmashed@gmail.com, retrosmashed@gmail.com, retrosmashed@gmail.com. No new emails this week. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. So, with that being said, Weldy, you got something for us for why don't we take it over to Happy Time?
We
bud?
have a loaded Happy Time. I'm just going to start ripping through these. Happy Time, people. Happy 23rd anniversary, The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Happy 26th anniversary, the debut of SpongeBob. The episode Help Wanted premiered on Nickelodeon 26 years ago this week.
Are you kidding me? 26 years ago. I have been watching SpongeBob for 26 fucking years. Although the first 3 seasons are the best seasons.
Yes.
Agreed.
There are other episodes after that are still really fucking hilarious.
Favorite episode right now? Go. Like individual, like not like
the one where
two.
they're cussing and they use a
Okay.
dolphin voice.
Sailor Mouth?
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it. The one where they're delivering pizza.
Oh, okay.
The pizza.
Weast.
No, that's not that one. That's
the one where they play the board game.
That's the one where they play the board game. No, the one where they're delivering, it's like the Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Yeah. It's not a rock. It's a motor. Or some shit like that. And he's like,
pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
yeah. And he gets there and he delivers and he's like, where's my Diet Dr. Kelp? And he's like, what? And he just slams it in his face. And then Squidward was like, yeah, he ate the whole thing in one bite, but I got you. And it just shows that Squidward isn't that bad of a person, no matter how much of a dickbag he might be. It's a really good episode.
I think mine has to be the Krusty Krab training video. Just because it came out the same year. I think it came out the same month I started working at Wendy's.
The band one also.
So it's like,
yeah.
And now we go to interfacing with your boss, and it shows a picture of the electric chair.
I will say that there is a very solid second place runner-up, and this one actually holds close spot in my little solid concrete heart with my younger sister. It's a boating episode where SpongeBob, they get like a new instructor. Mrs. Pup gets fired, and they bring in a fucking shark drill sergeant to teach them how to drive. He keeps yelling at SpongeBob and the others about doing shit. It's so fucking funny where he's like, there is no eating in my class! And someone takes out a cream puff and starts to eat it, and he's like, go ahead, eat it. How does it taste? It tastes magically. And then he just palms his fucking head and throws him out of the window. I swear to fucking God, it's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Between that and then he's actually in the boat with SpongeBob driving. This is the worst thing ever. And he jumps out of the boat and he's like, I'm going to stop it. And he's like, goes and he's like, tell my wife I love her. And he like goes to like stop the boat, like grab it, and then he gets hit and it goes flying off screen. And it's 10 out of 10. I can call my younger sister anytime and be like, tell my wife I love her, and she would like start laughing immediately. That's a sentimental episode for me. So there you go.
Happy 43rd birthday to The Weather Channel.
Wow.
Debuted May 2nd, 1982.
Wow, Andy, you're older than the Weather Channel.
Ouch.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm a few months younger.
Happy trails to anybody who thought we were going to get GTA 6 this year. Now set to release May 26, 2026. Rockstar says with every game we release, the goal has always been to try to exceed expectations, and GTA 6 is no exception. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games.
Well, you have gotten married and had 2 kids since GTA 5 came out, bud.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. I've actually been through like 2 long-term relationships, three long-term relationships,
Jesus.
four long-term relationships since GTA 5 came out.
Edit. Happy birthday to me, because this drops on my birthday.
Okay, edit. So I don't want Andy to be the one that actually wishes himself a happy birthday. Sorry, I wasn't sure if this was before you or after you.
On my birthday.
Okay, so I'm going to take a pause here and stop Wody from his happy times. I'm going to give the biggest happy time, or more so a happy birthday, to Andy, our co-host and my best friend, for going on. You can laugh and spit all you want, but 18 years now, man. You and I have been besties, bud. So
talk about retro.
Yeah, we are very retro. So happy birthday, Andy. I am so glad that I got to meet you way back all those years flipping tacos and that you actually managed to survive the first Stone Age. And
Jesus. So I got this gray beard.
It is, Andy's beard has finally started catching up to him now in age. No, man, happy birthday, brother. It has been so good to actually know you for these last 18 years. We could actually have a kid together graduating high school right now. That's how long we've been friends. We could literally have a kid that's graduating high school right now.
Okay.
Jeez, Woody, are you going to say anything?
Who's the dad?
Well, it's clearly Andy. What do you think? What do you think? But I'm
yeah. Happy birthday and all that stuff. Oh, damn it. My phone went away. That was going to be funny. I was going, yeah. Happy birthday.
I'm definitely the power.
Nice. Speaking of power bottom, happy trails to Phil Donahue.
Oh, Jesus!
Taped the final episode. Taped the final edition of his daytime talk show, Donahue, of May 2nd, 1996. Now we're gonna switch a really sad gear. So melancholy happy trails. Jim Henson passed away 35 years ago this month. May 4th, 1990. He made his final public appearance when he was a guest on the Arsenio Hall show. Passed away 12 days later.
That hurts so much. You know, it's so funny. Andy and I were just talking about anytime the Muppets get brought up, I'm gonna absolutely go into a rant about it, but I'm gonna keep this short. I love the fuck out of Jim Henson and all of his creations. That man has had such an impact on me in ways I can't even fucking explain, as far as like my comedy goes, my like for pop culture, for everything. If none of you have watched it, or even if you have watched it, I would highly recommend. There is a 5-part special on Defunct Land. It is a YouTube channel where I love Defunct Land.
I love the Carmen Sandiego episode.
Yes, and the
I'm sorry, I am totally. I love the Fetch with Rob Hoffman episode too. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that.
And he did like I want to say it's like a 4 or 5 part miniseries on Jim Henson specifically that even starts back from like when the dude was born. It is so good. I highly recommend it. Pay that man his respect. It's a good channel. They do a good job giving Jim Henson the love that he deserves. Realistically, something that Disney does not do with his IP.
Happy 52nd anniversary to the PBS airing of the play Steam Bath, starring Valerie Perrine, featured the first glimpse of female nudity on network television.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
You know what? PBS has always been ahead of its time, man. Always. Like,
good thing we're defunding them. Don't wait.
It's fantastic. I guess we should probably actually all start donating for those call-a-thons that they do for real now.
Mm-hmm.
They've been asking for our money for decades, and I guess we should probably actually start giving it. Elmo deserves to have a home.
Happy birthday to Apogee and id Software, launched 33 years ago today, as Apogee and id Software launched Wolfenstein 3D and changed gaming forever. Happy trails to Pepsi, no longer in the top 3 most popular sodas in the US.
What?
Really?
Yeah, it has been edged out by Dr. Pepper and Sprite.
Yo, really? So I have seen this really weird movement on Twitter recently. A whole lot of accounts that I follow have been like, I am a Dr. Pepper girl, or I am a Dr. Pepper guy. I'm realizing, like, I feel like this is actual advertising to me, because there is no way this many people are just coming out of the fucking blue all at once.
Drinking Dr. Pepper.
Just drinking Dr. Pepper,
yeah. And just being like, oh, I'm into DP, and that's how they're I'm into DP, and they're like, what? And it's like Dr. Pepper, and it's like,
sure. This is on Twitter.
Yeah, this is on Twitter.
Well, of course it is.
I mean, it's on Twitter. And
definitely into DP over there.
Yeah, well, given the accounts that I follow, of course. But it's one of those, like, so is this what advertising is now? It's
shock value.
Yeah.
We're learning about that in my personal selling
which
class.
I'm fine with. It's cool, but like Dr. Pepper of all things being in the top 3 is not what I was expecting.
Well, I know you're not a big sports guy, but they also do all of the college football.
Okay.
So it's like funny commercials. There's a commercial where everybody's on the bus, or it's a train. They call it the hype train, and they're all excited about the upcoming season. Then one of the guys reads on his phone, "The quarterback is out for the season," and the train comes to a stop. Everybody flies forward, and the conductor's like, "All right, everybody off the hype train." Kind of one of those things.
Okay. All right. That's fair. It's just, I guess I can say this and it makes me feel old, but I guess everybody has their quote unquote pop thing, like there was the Coke guys and I'm a Pepsi generation kid. So, everybody has their thing. I guess now we're at the
Dr. Pepper generation.
The DPers.
Happy 41st anniversary 16 Candles, released May 4th, 1984, John Hughes' directorial debut.
Wowzers. What a debut.
Happy return to glory. Utah's hockey club finally has a name. They've been playing in the NHL this year. They've been playing under the moniker Utah Hockey Club. Next year, they will be called the Utah Mammoth.
Close.
Is it because they found that one mammoth in Utah like fucking forever ago?
I'm going to guess yes.
I just figured that that's what they were going to go with. Or maybe like the Utah Sister Wives.
Jesus Christ.
The Utah No Caffeine.
Look, let's just put there's no, we don't have any fans in Utah. Are those people even allowed to listen to podcasts?
Do they have power?
Do they
do they have electricity out there?
realistically?
They're like Amish, but not as fun.
They are definitely not as fun. At least the Amish get to have sex before marriage.
Hold on. I had a joke, but I can't remember what the word is.
Soaking?
Yes, the Utah Soakings.
The Utah Soakers?
Utah Soakers.
Are they the Utah Super Soakers? Are you kidding me? Utah University. This is the Utah Hockey Club. This is me coming to you with a better name than the Mammoths. And I swear to fucking God.
Okay, by the way, the sidebar, the University of Utah, they're the Utah Utes.
Guys,
I just actually stared at Weldy long enough to probably have burned a hole through his head. I'm just saying, the state of Utah, the whole state of Utah, you guys hear me out. What you need to do is you just need to lean into it a little bit. And I swear to fucking God, it would be hilarious if you called any of your sports team the Utah Super Soakers.
Well, it's like the Tin Caps were almost called the Fort Wayne Hairy Balls.
We'd love the Hairy Balls here.
Dude, we would have made our money back in jersey sales in like 6
what was it?
minutes.
It was we almost ended up like, instead of Citizen Square, which is like the utility building downtown in Fort Wayne, they were going to call it the Hairy Balls Center.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, sometimes you just really got to lean into that shit because it's fucking funny. And who the fuck isn't going to be like, yeah, I'm a Super Soaker. Like, I'm a Super Soaking fan.
Jesus.
And you guys go and you give like Super Soakers out at the baseball games or whatever. Dude, I am giving you guys some great fucking ideas and publicity right
Ricky
now.
Here.
First 5,000 fans through the door.
This
Get
is me.
somebody to bounce on their bed for them.
Never thought that I would actually be giving ideas to the Mormons right now for free. This is me giving you guys free publicity right now.
What the fuck happened to us?
Well, Ricky and I took over the podcast.
Yeah, you actually started letting Ricky come down to record in person, so maybe y'all should lock me back up.
You are no longer allowed to.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. You are forever.
The
You
new
are forever the new host.
Yeah,
I'm stepping down. Happy 45th anniversary, Friday the 13th.
Ooh, wow.
May 9th, 1980 released. Happy 29th anniversary, the release of Twister.
Wow.
Wait, the movie.
The movie, yes.
Nope, the titty twister.
I was thinking of
The game?
yes,
No, man, that came out in like the 80s or
60s
some
or
shit.
70s.
Yeah.
That's a swinger game.
That was absolutely the original Swingers game.
We were going to give a melancholy happy trails to Sabu,
We are still giving a melancholy.
but we're not going to read his autobiography,
are-
final page of his autobiography.
We are not, but we are absolutely going to give a melancholy happy trails to Sabu. Terry Brunk, that was also his legal name. Fantastic wrestler. The man helped innovate a lot of wrestling styles that you see to this day. Like, if you see people doing high flying shit, chances are he he had some hand in innovating what they do. He is also one of the kings of Extreme from ECW. If you've never seen his barbed wire match, it's pretty intense. You can actually see him like cut himself open, and then he just like super glues and duct tapes himself shut. It's pretty wild. If you're the faint of heart, do not watch his stuff because you will absolutely be like, oh, this is way too much for me.
And finally, happy trails to Four Corners, Filling the Card, and Multiple at Once. In Bozeman, Montana, 13 police officers, including 2 sergeants, spent nearly 2 weeks in January playing bingo on the clock, but not the kind your grandma plays at the community center. This version included squares like execute a car search and beat the fire department to a scene. It wasn't just bad optics. While the officers treated arrests and emergencies like scorekeeping opportunities, they also sent dozens of cases through the system. 24 misdemeanors, 11 felonies to be exact, all while competing for a win. The game, described by Police Chief Jim Vetcap, I'm reading this cold, as, quote, 2 teams of patrol officers engaged in a bingo competition went on for 12 days before leadership found out and shut it down. It did look like your standard bingo card, he admitted. They filled in the squares with things they wanted to see happen. The fallout was immediate. Gallatin County Attorney Audrey Cromwell reviewed the related cases and made the call to drop 4 felony charges outright and decline prosecution on 5 more, including drug-related charges and 1 for partner/family member assault.
Fuck, Jesus.
Nah, she should have kept them fucking them felony charges.
Yeah. This wasn't all harmless, like fitness scores or showed up to a scene. Some squares involved real police action, like conducting a search warrant, which raises serious questions about whether officers were pushing legal boundaries just to win a game. The department says it's taking corrective steps, more training, closer supervision, and internal conversations about why this was not even remotely okay. And speaking of somebody who always gets the free space, Andy, where can they find you?
Oof.
Well, as a white man.
Okay, there you go. I lobbed it up there. I lobbed that pitch up there for you. I gave you a meatball at about 70 mile an hour right down Broadway, and you absolutely hit it.
Yeah.
That was really dark, but that's really fucking funny. Andy, where can they find you, kid?
You can find us at retro_smashed on X, Twitter. You can find us at retrosmashed on Blue Sky. You can send some emails to retrosmashed@gmail.com. Retrosmashed Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Retrosmashed. Give us some likes. Subscribe. Push that button to give us some algorithm stuff because, baby, we need it.
Baby, come back.
Follow us on Patreon. Shout out $1 to Dan H Streetcar. Shout out to our friend Curtis, Zombie Let's Pie. Shout out to Michael. Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. Your dollar means a bajillion thank yous.
Just so you guys know, Andy pockets that dollar, so neither Wody or myself have seen it.
Nope.
So.
And Weldy, he spends about $17 a month on the podcast.
18, but thanks.
If only a few more of you will sign up, we might actually break even here.
Yes, that'd be nice. But also, Michael and Curtis, send me an address to give you some stickers, please. And then also anybody else who you really just want some stickers, I'll give you some goddamn stickers. Just email me or something.
It's
you know?
very accurate. We will definitely give you stickers. We'll give you like a handful of stickers, then you just walk around your city and just slap them all over the place.
Hell yeah.
Just maybe help us grow a little bit. But you can be like, I was on ground zero for that shit.
Fuck yeah. But also like and subscribe us on your podcast downloading thing, Apple, Spotify, whatever you're downloading us on. Give us a like and subscribe. Ring the bell. Bing, 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 bing.
Weldy, where can they find you?
They can find me Weldy Time on Twitch and Weldy Time on YouTube. You can just look up Weldy Time on either, and I'm sure you'll probably find me there somewhere. All one word.
All right. And if you guys are looking for me, you can find me on Twitter at the AfroKing89. You can find me on Blue Sky at Ricky.mj. 89, that sounds right. I don't know anymore. RickyMJ.89. Somewhere in there. I don't know, guys. My Blue Sky account has been like pretty dormant here. I thought I was going to like do a full on like move to it, and it did not happen the way I thought it did. I've actually been way more active on Twitter recently, even though I uninstalled the app. I just jump on it on Chrome on the internet now, so probably. So I don't know.
Sliding one in under, just right under the finish line here. Sequel to Super Mario Brothers movie will be named Super Mario World, due out spring 2026.
Wow.
Yeah, good night, Canada.
Oh, that's the one that they have Yoshi for, because that was the end scene. Okay.
Well, who's going to be the voice of Yoshi?
Well, there's only...
Better be Danny DeVito.
Nope, it's Jack Black again. He's doing 2 voices this time. Yeah.
If it's not Danny
Jason
DeVito,
Momoa.
if it's not Danny DeVito, then how dare they? Well, with that being said, Andy, you good? Wody, you good?
I'm golden.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to us this evening. We appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you for hosting, by the way.
Hey, you know,
You did a very good job hosting this
thank
week.
you. I like hosting things. So with that being said, good night, Canada.
In Australia and everywhere else.
And South Korea.
And South Korea and Japan.
Germany.
You know.
And room 42. So, yep. Happy trails to room 40 as well.
Room 40.
Yeah, you got room 40's nuts
Oh,
in your mouth.
jeez.
Got him.